Mom,
Yeah.
tell me about your first car.
My first car. The first car, I think the first, oh no, honey girl. I think you could consider my, the 48 Olds. It was a car that my grandmother got new right after she got her license.
Okay.
So it's probably in 1948.
So the car was, so it was 2 years older than you.
Yeah, and I drove it when I was 17. So she got it. She got her driver's license. She parked it in the garage and didn't ever get it back out.
Oh, so it was in pretty good condition.
So it was didn't have very many miles on it. Yeah, and she didn't like to drive. I think maybe she even hit the side of the garage. I'm not sure how the story's got. And then after she died, it sat there for years and years. After she died in 1968.
Okay.
No, maybe she was 68. 68 was important. I don't know if she was 68 or she was 68. She died when I was right when I was 18. So yeah, she died in 68.
Okay.
And okay, buddy, come here. Mom and Dad bought the car from her, and Barbara drove it when she went to Bethel, and she scratched up the windshield because it was icy out. And she got a credit card out, and she dug on the window like that, and that scratched the windshield. And then Bill drove it when we were both in high school, and back and forth from our house to school. And then when Bill was 2 years older, and when after he graduated, then I got to drive it. So I only drove it for 2 years in high school because it took that long for him to quit driving it so that I could inherit it. So I inherited it when I was getting ready to be a junior in high school. And then I drove it my junior and senior year of high school. Just back and forth from school.
How far was that?
Oh, maybe 3 miles.
Which house were you at?
Well, at 920 South Pine, and this was at Newton High. Newton High was basically just downtown and to the west of Main Street. And we were on 10th Street. So Newton High was past First Street, so it was those 10 blocks and then another few. But
compared to your friends, were you like an early driver or early to get a car, or did most people have cars by then?
Average,
Yeah.
just average. But the steering wheel on the 48 Olds was this big. It was, and everything was old in it. It was an old car. And after I was done with it, I don't know if Carolyn drove it or not, probably. And then it sat for a while, and then my uncles both took a turn at owning it. And the last, my Uncle Lester took it out to the farm.
Yeah.
And it sat in his shed for years. And then they had a big auction, and my Uncle Melvin bought it because he wanted to restore it. And so Uncle Melvin bought it from Uncle Lester, and he took it out to his farm, and he restored it. And then Uncle Melvin's gone now, and when they were, I think when they still had his estate that they were going through, they gave the car to the MCC sale to be auctioned off. And his family, Mennonite Central Committee.
Okay.
So they have a once a year big, it's a big sale, and they sell quilts, and they do Mennonite food, and it's in Hutchinson, and then they have auctions, and they show farm equipment. It's just a big fair. But the Clausens, Uncle Melvin's family, decided that that would be the best thing to do is to let the MCC sale have it and auction it off. And some guy that my cousin John knows got it, and he probably is restoring it. It's a nice old car.
Yeah.
Huge, big. I mean, like a boat.
Yeah. Any particular adventures in early driving that you think of?
No, not that I can think of.
Didn't hit anything?
Nah. I ran a stop sign once, and that's about the most dramatic thing that ever happened.
But it wasn't very easy on the ice.
It was very unique. Nobody else had a car like that, because this is in the '60s, and the thing was 20 years old then. So, but that's fine. I didn't mind it. And then when I got to college, and my senior year of college, I needed a reliable car. Not that this wasn't reliable, but maybe a better car.
Yeah.
And Mom and Dad got me a Dodge Dart because I was going to do my student teaching, and I had to go from the college where I lived to the elementary school every day when I was doing student teaching. So that's when I had the Dodge Dart. And I don't have very many fond memories of the Dodge Dart. It was just
Just the car.
reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.